Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be an unboxing. This is a gift from one of my friends. I traded him a few movies not too long ago, and he got me some movies off eBay. And one big set. I think there's 4 movies in there. I've kind of opened it up so I wouldn't have to on camera. And you can see it's packed really well. I kind of pulled the movies to the top because they actually had a bunch of those little peanuts, which are pretty cool, styrofoam peanuts. So I kind of get it out of the box here. I didn't want to show his address, so it's just a set of movies right here. Like I said, I just didn't want to. And you can see how the movies are actually way down in here. We'll kind of see. I don't think there's nothing else in here, but they were actually down in the peanuts. It was packed really, really well, and I just didn't figure everybody wanted to see me opening the box. And pretty cool. But I get on with showing you what I got. And I think I got some pretty cool stuff. He said that it's a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I needed, but he just in one in particular movie, but he got it for a good price, and he got 4 of them for a little bit more than what the one would actually cost you. So I thought he said it was a real good deal, so he sent it to me. So here we go. I'll let you see what I got. And you can kind of tell what the top one is by just looking through this there. So we'll open it up here, and there we go. Without Warning from Scream Factory. This one's a pretty good little movie here. Let me lay them to the side. That'd be the best thing to do so we can see them good. Let me pause it just for a second. So I got Without Warning. I figured I'd do it like this so I don't reveal what's underneath it accidentally. Kind of have it a good surprise or whatever. And this one's Scream Factory. And this one's just sort of an oddball kind of alien movie where they throw these weird looking, little things that go around and around like spear looking things, and they land on you and start killing you, sucking blood out and stuff. I don't know, it's a crazy movie. It's a fun one, though. I really enjoy it. I used to have this one, and I got rid of it, so I'm glad to get this one back. This is one of them that he knew that I kind of wanted because I got rid of it, and then, somebody was wanting it, and they gave me a good price, so I just went ahead and sold it to him. But then I kind of wanted it back, so he went ahead and got it for me, so that's pretty cool. So this is one of the 4 I got. Next is a pretty cool one. I enjoy this one real good, and I didn't have this one. All 4 of these he said I didn't have. And Graduation Day. I actually like this one. And that one was a Scream Factory. This one is a Vinegar Syndrome. And I actually like this one pretty good. It's a pretty good little slasher. It's kind of an oddball one. And what's cool is I believe, if I'm thinking right, Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune, if I'm thinking right, is like one of the first ones that gets killed. She's out for a run, if I'm thinking right, and she gets killed. So it's a pretty cool little slasher. I enjoy it. It's kind of a fun one. But that's the second movie I got. Like I said, so far this has been a really good package. I like both of those. Now here's a cool one, Lost After Dark. I've actually watched this, and it's got a bunch of signatures on it. And he told me something about this one. He said just open it up. So we'll see. And they're supposed to be like yep. So I guess this shows that these are actually signed. Now that doesn't make it true, but that's kind of cool. So like I said, I don't mind. I didn't pay anything. I got it as a gift, and I enjoyed the movie, so that's kind of cool. So hopefully these signatures are true. That's pretty neat. Like I said, even if I didn't, I got it for a gift, so I didn't pay any extra money for the signatures. And it just makes it look cooler, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. That's pretty neat. Those ones are kind of in silver, and they got a few in black, but I like that. That's neat. And this one's a kind of a throwback movie. It says Retro 80 Horror Done Right. Like I said, this wasn't the best movie in the world, but I actually enjoyed it pretty good. And it's got, I believe, I think his name's Robert Patrick from RoboCop. He's on, I think he's on RoboCop 2, and then he played on the X-Files for a little while. whenever Mulder wasn't on the X-Files. And with like maybe the last 2 seasons, he was like a detective on there. And I'm thinking his name is right. Give me just a second. And I was correct. Actually, I didn't have my glasses on. I have to use like reading glasses to see small print. And I was making sure that was Robert Patrick, and I knew it was Robert Patrick. I knew that was his name, but I wanted to make sure, because I get him mixed up if I'm not thinking right. There's an older band called Filter, and the lead singer was something Patrick, and I used to get them mixed up. Like his name might be Robert Patrick too, but I can't remember. If you know, leave it in the comments. It was an old 90s band, early 2000s, and they were called Filter. I think their first CD was their big CD was called Filter Short Bus, but I think the lead singer, his last name was Patrick. And sometimes I accidentally say his name instead of the actor Robert Patrick, unless they're both named Robert Patrick. I can't really remember, but I ranted about that enough. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to make sure I put my glasses on so I'd actually see see his name, who he was. And this has got this is one of my favorite cover arts of any newer movie. I really like this one. This one's cool. It's got the great looking title there, and even talks about the 80s. And of course, mine's got the signing on it. That's real cool. But you can see the hand with the big sharp looking machete looking thick looking blade right there. And then you can see all these little kids, and they're going to the house. That's just a cool looking cover. I mean, all around, that's just a cool, that looks like an 80s slasher to me. That's just a really cool cover. Like I said, this is a pretty fun little movie. I like it. It's a little cheesy, but a lot of 80s movies are cheesy, so the best 80s slasher film that wasn't filmed in the 80s. Well, no, that's what am I trying to think about here? I can't even remember. That's The Sleeper, so that's wrong right there. The Sleeper is the best 80s movie not filmed in the 80s slasher movie. The Sleeper. This one could be second, so yeah, I just had to, because The Sleeper is one of my favorites, so. But this one's pretty close. This one's a fun little slasher, so that's cool to get that with the package. And I got one more, and this one right here is the one here we go, The Dorm That Dripped Blood, one of my favorites. And I didn't actually have this one. This one's on Synapse. So I got a Vinegar Syndrome, a Scream Factory, and this one's Anchor Bay, which it's the newer Anchor Bay, but it's an Anchor Bay, so there you go. And then I get a Synapse, so you can't go wrong right there. But this is actually a really fun 1980s slasher movie, and it's been called by quite a few names. The director's entitled Death Dorm, and then I think it was also called Pranks, if I'm not mistaken. And then I guess proud to present the Dorm That Dripped Blood. And I guess this is the uncut. Everything's together there, and this is a pretty fun movie. And if I'm thinking right, I was trying to see up here. I believe this was some kids were going to, I believe it was UCLA college, and this is just a film they made for class, if I'm thinking right. I might be mistaken, but I think this was actually a class film right here that they made, and it's actually made better than most, a lot of 80s. This is one of the better ones. It's pretty good. And like I said, it's got a pretty good mystery to it. It's got a few good kills in it. It's a real fun movie, but I like it pretty good, especially for if I'm correct, if I'm thinking right, that it was just some kids are making a film for film class, and this is what they made, and that's pretty cool. I mean, they done a good job. I don't know if they went on to do anything else, but like I said, it was a cool one. Now, like I said, this is a real good movie right here, fun one. And this is like hard to get now. I don't know if it's jumped up on Amazon, and it's hard to find like a cheap price. So I was glad my buddy got this all together. Now I ain't going to say how much. He told me how much he paid just so because whenever I trade him something, I don't want him to you know, pay $100 for stuff and I give him $20 worth of stuff. That ain't fair. So we kind of try to trade even or whatever. And he said he didn't pay too much for all 4 of these. He said, you know, we'll say like this. I was going to say 1, but he said he pretty much paid for all 4 of these for the same price. Maybe 2 of them would have cost. Maybe a little less. So that wasn't too bad. Especially if this is the cool one with the signatures and stuff. But I don't know what happened to this one. I don't know. But like I said, sometimes Amazon, like if they're just short on stock, they start raising the prices up. But I checked Google and it was hard to find a copy of this, like at Walmart or even Best Buy or any of those places. I mean, check it today and they might have 1 million copies of it, but I couldn't find it. So I was glad to get this one. So like I said, yeah, check this one out if you haven't seen it, if you can find this. And this one's a really fun one. And this one's pretty cool. I enjoy it. I love those signatures. And of course, this is a great creature feature, I guess you could say, alien movie. It's kind of a fun, oddball one. And this is a pretty cool little slasher movie. So I was glad to get all of these. And I appreciate it, Rex. Now, Rex doesn't have, he doesn't have a YouTube video, but sometimes he watches mine. So I want to say, good job, Rex. I really appreciate this. And I'll try to send you some more packages. But this is for, I already sent him a few things, and this is what he sent me back. We kind of keep up with what we need and what we want, what each one wants and stuff. And he knew I liked 80s slasher movies, which he does too. So he kind of, you know, and then he knows I love oddball, sci-fi, you know, with weird aliens and stuff. So he got me that one, which I really like. This one good. So Rex, thank you. Great job. I appreciate it. And that'll be it for my kind of unboxing video from my good friend Rex. And like I said, he got these off eBay, I believe. And he paid a real good price for them. So I appreciate that, Rex. And I'll try to send you something in the future. But till next video, thanks, Rex. And everybody else, I'll see you.